Okay, guys, so I'm going to do another recording. I have my Maximo app on, and this is to run through what the garbage is that's coming through on our end, or at least where I'm at. I'm pretty sure in my whole county and LA County, my county is Riverside County right now. I'm pretty sure also in San Bernardino County and LA County, this is the same type of garbage that's coming through. So I have my Maximo app on. That's literally on the left side, going to show you guys what the breakdown is of all the trips that come through. So the mileage, the time, and what they're trying to pay. So the hourly average. And from my experience lately, the majority of the rides that are coming through are between $15 and $20 an hour on average. So I'm expecting that to happen today. Uber and Lyft both are saying that all drivers should have active hours of between $32 an hour, if I remember correctly. So we'll see what happens, I'm not going to accept any trips for the next half hour. I'm just going to show basically what types of trips are coming through. And yeah, you guys will see what the garbage is. So right now I'm in Lake Elsinore, California. I'm at the car wash. I just got my car washed to start my day, but I figured, you know what? I'll do this little test to show you guys. So I might move around a little bit to find a better area. Let's see what it shows on Uber shows Riverside is the busiest. So I'm just going to start traveling towards Riverside. But, these companies lie through their teeth. We're independent contractors. If they're only paying us $15 to $20 an hour for rides that come through on average, how are we supposed to make a living? I might as well go get a job at McDonald's. I think by April, McDonald's is going to be paying $20 an hour. And that's active hours. That's online hours, technically. When you're there, you're getting paid. With Uber and Lyft, if you don't get any trips, like I am right now, I'm not getting paid. I'm only getting paid for active time. So you could be out here for 12 hours a day and be quote unquote paid for 6 hours active time, for example. And if I was a real independent contractor, I would just adjust my fee accordingly so I can make what I want to make in that day. So if it's a slower day, I would just charge more money. But these companies want to suppress us independent contractors, so that way we're good little worker bees, because they should always make money, even if we're not making any money. So I have my Waymo set up, my Maximo set up, so it will just auto accept anything that's at $32 active hours, $32 an hour average with $1 a mile. Most likely, I would say 99.9% of the trips that come through will not hit that threshold. Going up Mission Trail, heading towards the 15 north, trying to get in a better area so that way I can get more trips to come through for this test. Hopefully everybody's having a good new year. Unfortunately, it seems like it's rough out there for all drivers, for Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, all these app-based companies that are breaking the law, misclassifying their independent contractor fleet because they actually treat them like independent. First trip, $3, $18 an hour, 96 cents a mile. So look at that garbage. $18 an hour after operating costs. If you minus $5 off the top, that's under minimum wage. There you go. First order. Bam. Okay, guys, we're off to a good start. Let's expose these companies. Let's blast this where it needs to go. Second trip, $19.55. Where's the $32 active hours, David Rishaw? I'm not an employee. I might as well quit my job and go work at Del Taco next to me. That is pathetic. So pathetic. We have full operating costs. We're independent contractors, yet they won't allow us to adjust our own fee. And by California state law, no other entity is allowed to control our fee and the way we operate and our tools. And yet these companies are getting away with doing it. Third trip. $21.48 per hour. You know, at Amazon, they're making between $20 and $25 an hour, and they get OT all the time too. So they make $30 an hour after OT. I'm ready to quit my job. Serious. This is pathetic. So pathetic. And the exploitation comes in because at the end of the day, all these trips are garbage. So if I sit out here for an hour denying garbage, how am I supposed to make any money? You have to start accepting the garbage to create cash flow, you know? So I'm going to be working out here for between $18 and, right now, $18 and $21 an hour. And then after operating costs, you know, you average out those trips, you know, you're probably making just about minimum wage, maybe even under, depending on the trips you get. So that's 3 for Lyft. The only reason why I now would accept it, because out of desperation, you know, we all have to make money, and it sucks, you know, we're being exploited, not allowed to adjust our own fee. Yes, we're not forced to work, but in my position, I've been working with these companies for so long, I used to make great money, and now they're suppressing my pay so much, I'm stuck in between a rock and a hard place, and that's the nitty-gritty truth. You know, I know you might get lucky and get some orders that average you higher, but still, even $30 an hour, realistically, after operating cost depreciation, what you're making $25 an hour, you know, active hours, it's not enough. $25 an hour running your own business doesn't make any fucking sense at all. These companies are complete garbage, and they're pathetic that they have to steal and break the law to turn a profit from us. Here's one for Uber, $24 an hour. Highest pay of the day from Uber. $24 an hour, not $32 like these companies are stating. Alright, we got some activity. Maybe I shouldn't even leave this area. Trip radar, I don't look at those. It's where all the orders go to die. Actually, it's where all the orders go to try to getting the cheapest bid. That's what that's for. You know, business is straightforward. There shouldn't be any of this gamification, this, you know, fuckery with these companies. Manipulating us, making it feel like we're getting paid lots of money. You know, with this high inflation economy, everything's expensive. A burger, fries, and a drink, easily you could spend $15 to $25 on one meal. Yet our minimum is like $3 and change. You can't even buy chips and guacamole for that price. It's fucking pathetic. Realistically, getting a ride from point A to point B is a luxury. If you can't afford as a customer that luxury, then there's public transportation, or you're going to have to find some other means of transportation. Because at this point, these companies should not be exploiting us so they could get all the money that they can in this industry. You know, it's a luxury, not a necessity. You know, we should have a final $35 randomly. I'm not going to take it because I'm trying to do $1 a mile because that's what I'm worth. $1 a mile. These companies need to pay me at least $1 a mile. The first one that's over the $32 threshold. But realistically, if you have 1% over the $32 threshold or at the $32 threshold, you know, it's going to average out your whole entire day. Realistically, we should have a $15 minimum with this high inflation economy. You know, like I said, burger, fries, drink, $15 to $20 at Carl's Jr. or McDonald's, you know. Yet we have a minimum of like $3 or $2 and change. It's just so pathetic. We're in California, guys. We're being misclassified, mistreated. We need justice. We need these companies to be held accountable, to abide by our independent contractor rights, and we need the government to do their job and force these companies to abide by our law. We need Proposition 22 to be repealed. How long are we in here for? 12 minutes so far. So we've had majority of the rides that have come through have been complete garbage. 2 of them, the hourly obviously was better. But that's still not what we want. $20.38 for this one. See? It seems like they all hover right around that $20 mark, at least for Lyft. Uber too usually, but I got lucky on those couple. But if you look at it, the mileage is still not great. In this industry, in San Bernardino County, professional drivers should be making $2.50 a mile and between $30 and $40 an hour in wait time. With Uber and Lyft, we average about 50 cents a mile, which the only people that get paid 50 cents a mile are employees. And we average, I think it's about $7 an hour in wait time. What the fuck is that? 50 cents a mile and $7 an hour? That's fucking employee pay. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. How are these companies getting away with this? It's like, really? Money? The greed of money really allows these companies to get away with breaking the law? Like, if anybody did the same thing as these companies as an independent person, they'd probably be in prison for like the rest of their life. But these companies, like, why is Dara Khosrowshahi not going to prison? Why is David Risher not going to prison? You know, they know what they're doing. They're going against the law on purpose. They give no shits. They're lobbying. They're spending millions of dollars in lobbying. You know, there's a video that came out called The Guardian, where basically this guy spilled the beans on him that worked for him. He was just so done working for Uber, you know, and it's just BS. 2024 has to be our year. Stop the exploitation. February 14th, Valentine's Day, strike. Nobody work. We need our voices heard, because I cannot operate one more year with this bullshit. At the end of the year, my car is probably going to have 200,000 miles on it if I keep operating like this. And know what? Yeah, I need to get out of this. It's just not worth it. Look at this, $22.29 an hour. How am I supposed to be making that $32 active hours, Dave Risha? And I have a suspicion they're cooking the books, because I saw Sergio do a he did what I'm doing basically, but he actually took all the rides, and they averaged him out at $32 active hours. I have a suspicion that there's a possibility that they are fudging the numbers to make it look like you're at least getting, let's say, 32 active hour, because on here, only a couple have come through with 32 active hour, and the majority is not even close to 32 active hours. So maybe Sergio got lucky, I don't know, but these companies lie so much, and with the orders I see for the past months that are like this, how is it fucking possible? And the answer is, it's not possible. It is not possible to get 32 active hours with the majority of the orders coming through that are right around 20 an hour. You're just wasting your time at that point. Our politicians need to stop being bought off. I'm tired of the corruption in our politics. I'm tired of the corruption with Uber and Lyft. We need to start some real change in our society, in our economy. We need to, get the corrupt politicians out. We need good people in. We need our rights abided by. I can't get out of this fast enough, honest to God. I'm waiting for my EIN number I'm waiting for my EIN number so I could really start my business. That's what I'm waiting on. But meanwhile, while I'm waiting, I'm just debating on honestly going to El Pollo Loco or freaking Walmart or Amazon, because this is just garbage. If I was just sitting out here trying to cherry pick, I might have only gotten like the one or two orders. I might have grabbed it just to grab it because the hourly is good, even though the mileage is even $1 a mile. But it's just crazy, because if you cherry pick, you're screwed with these companies. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. But if you play ball and pick every single order, you're going to be basically paid like an employee. And then after operating costs, you're going to be making basically minimum wage, if not somewhere around $22 active hours. It's just not plausible. It doesn't make any sense to burn your car into the ground. Shoot, there's so many places probably hiring. Waba Grill. There's a smoke shop over here. We have Sally's Beauty. Wells Fargo. I could be a bank teller. O'Reilly's Auto Parts. I could buy parts for my car. All right, how long? We've been on 18 minutes now. I'm only going to do this for a half hour. I don't want to waste my day. Obviously, I still have to make money and make some cash flow. That's where everybody's at right now. I'm in a lot of groups, a lot of forums across the state. This is realistically a pandemic. These companies are taking advantage of everybody across the state, and it's just so sickening that nothing is literally being done. They've been operating like this for about 10 plus years. It's just sick. Exploiting drivers for the past 10 years. I could imagine, as an independent person, if I did this, anybody else did this, they would be locked up. Order details. So everybody, you should download Maximo. This is not a paid advertisement. I actually really do like Maximo because personally, I could set the parameters. I might as well look at it while waiting. Where is Maximo? So Maximo, you can set up the parameters. It's freaking cool. So I like to use it. So right now, I have it just where auto accepts if I'm having anything that's over $5 or over for upfront earnings. The mileage is at least paying $1, and the hourly is paying at least $32 active hours. If it doesn't hit those parameters, you could set it up where it doesn't accept it at all. You could have it like this feature down here, auto decline. So if they're actually paying like a good day, let's say like a holiday, you could put Maximo for a higher dollar amount. And if all of us drivers were using an app like this, our pay most likely would go up because nobody would be taking the garbage orders. So you're setting up the parameters for better pay, and it will automatically decline or accept what you feel like your worth is as a driver. And I think that's the neatest thing. But unfortunately, if you don't have the parameters set up correctly in a really bad market where these companies just won't pay you enough, unfortunately, you have to give in and put the parameters lower. You know, I have mine at a base of $20 an hour, unfortunately, because these companies are not paying anything better on average. So I don't even have usually my mileage rate set up to $1. I have it at nothing, and I just do my per hour rate 20 and above because these companies are paying so bad. It's like, you know, in the past, we're like, how many minutes are we? Past 21 minutes, I've only gotten 2 decent orders. Like, it's, you know, it's pretty pathetic. And the majority, as you saw, around 20 an hour. So everybody should check out Maximo. This is not a paid advertisement. This isn't even me advertising for anybody. I personally just like it. Another driver turned me on to it, and I like the app. And I guess it was apparently on Show Me the Money Club. So everybody check it out. All right, let's see. 21 minutes. We only have about 8 minutes left. Actually, I'm going to drive towards Riverside now because it's supposed to be busier over there. Let's see what happens. Also, if anybody gets to this point, because, you know, jot down where you live, your city, state, and, you know, let me know what your averages are. You know, are you having the same averages as me? Tell me what your minimum wage is, and then what the average pay that they're trying to pay the drivers. But I've seen a lot of data recently. So across the United States, it seems like they're trying to pay an average of about $20-25 an hour. The pay has been suppressed so low across the United States. It used to be between, I think, $32-40 an hour, that they used to tell drivers, hey, go out right now, we're going to pay you an average 32 or 42, you know, an hour. And now across the United States, it seems like it's getting down to like 20 to 25. See, here's another one, $23 an hour of after expenditures. It's about $18 an hour with operating cost. That doesn't make any sense. Minimum wage is $15.50, and then soon for fast food workers, it's going to go up to $20 an hour. So at that point, I'm literally going to go work at Costco or Trader Joe's or In-N-Out. Those are all good places to work for. Trader Joe's and Costco value their employees and pay them more money on average compared to other businesses because they know that their employees are their face of their company, and a happy employee is a good employee. Here I come, Riverside. So far, it seems like on average, Uber's been better today than Lyft. Lyft has been very low ball. And I have noticed that in the past. It seems like between Uber and Lyft, from my point of view, Lyft always seems to pay less than Uber. Uber usually pays more. Don't get me wrong, both these companies pay garbage, but on average it seems like you get better offers out of the garbage between both with Uber. Alright, 3:28. I gotta get to work. I gotta make some money. I need something good to come through. There we go. Let's see what this one is. It's probably gonna pop on my screen. I hate trip radar. On Uber, it's saying it's busy over here. I'm gonna get off since it's saying it's busy. Let's go for this 275. See if they surge bait me and get rid of the 275 bonus the closer I get. Alright, about to get off the off-ramp. Also, what's been happening, I don't know if other drivers have seen this, if I get this 275 bonus, these companies have been shady, and they'll do stuff like take $2.75 off your base pay and make it psychologically make you think you're getting more money because they're saying, oh, you're getting $2.75 extra, but realistically they're just minusing it off your base pay, and a lot of drivers don't even notice the difference. You know, these companies are using psychological manipulation to get drivers to take all orders, which is obviously not moral. You know, it's just disgusting the tactics they're using to make their independent contractor fleet totally dependent on them. You know, these companies need to be brought to justice. All the drivers should be paid out lots of money, not 50 cents in the mail for a class action lawsuit. All the drivers deserve hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on how much they've worked. For me, you know, I've been suppressed. I should probably make at least $50,000 to $100,000 more dollars last year than I have made with these companies, but they're suppressing the pay so much for everybody. They need to be brought to justice. It's kind of like when Robinhood made it so everybody could not trade GameStop, and people lost out on making money. They got sued and lost. Like, you know, the people won the case because those companies suppressed them from making money. And the same thing's happening here with Uber and Lyft. They're suppressing us from making more money. They're controlling both sides of the market. You know, In-N-Out, for example, they can't go to their beef supplier and say, I'm only going to pay you this dollar amount for X amount of beef, and then turn around and then charge their customers whatever they want. They're controlling their profit margin. That is not okay. You know, I can't even do that with these companies because they're not even allowing me to do that. How come they're allowed to do that? Look, there it goes. It went away. How come the boost went away? You know, this happens all the time. It's still happening. It was just so busy right now. And then bam, right when I got in the area. So I'm going to consider that surge baiting. Let's see if I even got the surge. say I didn't get it. It just says you're online. Yep, I got baited over here. There's nothing here. Nothing here. I'm going to keep going back up to Riverside. I'm going to extend this video a little bit longer because I'm getting some good stuff here. What are we at anyways for time? 30 minutes? Alright, I'll do another 15 minutes. See what we get. Alright, so they surge baited me to get over here. There's nothing here. I didn't get my bonus. Trip radar is going off. I'm not going to get it. I'm going to wait for it to come on my screen. That way you guys can see everything if it doesn't get gotten. Gonna get it. They'll probably end up sending it to me. Nope, somebody else grabbed it. Everything's right around $20 an hour. Why are we getting paid like employees? After operating costs, we're making barely over minimum wage. It doesn't make any sense. Alright, I'm going to end the video actually now because that's really enough evidence for today. I got to actually start accepting some of this garbage and I can't record all of it with customers and whatnot. So I hope everyone has a good day. This is just me collecting data, you know. Anybody else, you know, if you have any input about your city, state, county with your minimum wage and what these companies are averaging your pay to be, put it in the comments. You know, we need more data so we could spread the word, so we could get all the right avenues on board with creating regulations so we are not exploited anymore. Anyways, bye guys.